Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day and night to you. Welcome to the Money Cure. I'm your host, Sean Robert Grant. So happy to be here. So happy to have you here with me. And, for a while, I'm like, should I say good morning? Should I say good night? Should I say good evening? I'll just say all of them because there's a chance that you're listening to this at some point in time throughout the day, so why not cover all of my bases? Hello to everybody from around the globe. I hope this message finds you feeling your absolute best and feeling truly abundant and prosperous. Welcome once again to the Money Cure. Special episode today because, what I've discovered through the concept of money that is just as important as the realization of knowing that money is just pure love in action, pure love in expression, is that a lot of times we're not really taught how to not only use but accept money, because that's an interesting place to be in when you understand how to accept money first and how to work with it. So for me, I don't say I don't like, but I would prefer to say I'm working with money as opposed to using it, right? Because if money is love, I would never put myself into a position to just use love. I would work with it and I would flow with it and I would allow it to do what it feels like it needs to do. And I would create the right space for it to open up into my life and flourish as it pleases. So the point I was making was, it's interesting because we're never really taught how to do that in that capacity. And that's what this podcast is about. And I'm happy to say that is what my new Facebook page is about. It's called The Money Cure, Creating a Consciousness of Unlimited Abundance in Money. Okay, creating a consciousness of unlimited abundance in money. And so what this page is about is basically teaching you how to build that relationship with money that's going to allow you to flourish. Not only just a standpoint of financial abundance, but abundance in every area. Because the truth of the matter is, as you're creating more space for you to have more money in your life, you're creating a higher energy, a higher vibration. Okay? And in creating that higher vibration, everything else has to raise itself up when you're doing it through a state of love. So I posted something the other day and it talked about making sure that it is backed behind love, not behind anything else other than that. Because if money is backed behind greed, if it's backed behind selfishness, it dries up, right? It can't flow anymore. So any amount of money you give, whether it's your bills, you're paying for a service, your groceries, your whatever you've if you've been given a loan, whatever it is, make sure that love and gratitude is behind that money that you give. And speaking of giving, if you'd like to support this cause, if you'd like to support this page or this podcast, feel free to donate, but donate through love, okay? Donate through love, not through anything else other than love, because once again, that love gift has the opportunity to grow into something greater, and then it's going to return to your life even greater. See, for me, it's important not to even allow people to give me money if it's something that messes them up from an energetic standpoint. But if they're willing to give it freely, then I can encourage that, because I know in my heart that they're just going to get it back, sometimes even multiplied. So that's why it's important to have peace, love, gratitude behind all the money that you're circulating out into the economy. Okay? And so if you want to give, feel free to give. Venmo, it's your spirit, your money, your spirit, your money. And PayPal is just my email, shaung04@gmail.com. And that would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, only if it's a love gift, we can do that. If not, keep listening. You may reach a point down the line where you say, okay, now I really want to invest. Now I really want to donate to this cause. So until then, I got a great message for you that I'm happy to to share today, and it is truly, truly fantastic because I'm going to give you the energy behind huge money manifestations. And so the very first thing you have to know before any amount of money manifests, especially when it's a large sum of money, there has to be a state of awareness, right? A state of awareness of that money manifesting has to be created first. So in other words, awareness is just consciousness. Consciousness is just thought and feeling, right? You've got to feel that you are abundant, that you are unlimited, that you are prosperous and rich even before any of the money shows up. So in understanding that, how do we feel that way without, one, expending too much energy to the point where it moves us into the idea of forcing something? And two, how do we do that without being attached to the outcome of when it's going to happen, but also being able to put ourselves into a place to where we're patient enough to allow it to happen? And the number one thing that you can do is just step into gratitude, right? Gratitude for what you already have. So here's how the universe is set up. And it's really simple. It's not always easy. And sometimes it's almost too easy to convey that people have to shake their heads. You know, it's like the whole idea of like becoming awakened. In order to become awakened, all you have to know is that the energy behind the person speaking and the body and everything else is just the energy of truth, the energy of awareness, the energy of the divine. And bam, you're enlightened. And that's all you have to realize. But it takes people years to get to that place. So the same thing goes with money. If you tell me, I want to manifest a huge amount of money, okay? So the number one thing that has to happen is you have to be consciously and mentally in agreement. There's the bell confirming it. You have to be consciously and mentally in agreement with that idea. Okay, so let's say I want to manifest $25,000 a month as an income. So the fact that it's not here yet proves to me that I haven't mentally got it in my consciousness, right? So once again, consciousness is just a fancy metaphysical word for thought and feeling, right? Normal thought and feeling. And the thought and feeling we want to create is that I am a match for that income. I am a match for $25,000 a month. All right. So once we understand that we have to come into conscious agreement with it, we have to take spiritual, mental, emotional ownership of that money. And how do we do that? There's a simple way to do that right now. And it's just a simple mantra. I choose to manifest $25,000 a month in my life, or 25,000 euros or pounds or whatever it is, wherever your currency is. But choose, use demand, use expect, right? Choose, demand, expect right off the bat are power words, right? When you choose, when you command, when you expect, you send a message to your subconscious mind that this is what I desire. Now, to cover your bases, to make sure that you don't have to rob a bank or you wind up in any shady circumstances, you can say, I choose, I command, I direct, I expect, direct's another one, to manifest $25,000 a month in income in the most easy, joyful, comforting way possible. And sit with that, right? Sit with that for a bit and really feel that statement. So let's break that statement down, because for me, in order for you to understand how this money thing works, I've got to ensure that you understand the feeling behind it, and then also the ability to let go of that feeling without being so attached to, okay, how is it going to show up? How is it going to manifest? You know, all these things that can sort of come up. So let's break that down. So when you say I choose, you're making a decision. And the decision is one of the most powerful things ever we can do for our lives, because all of a sudden, when I decide, when I choose, when I command, when I expect, when I direct something into existence, I'm sending forth an enormous wave of energy throughout the universe, right? And all of a sudden, that wave is a magnet, and everything that is a match, a vibrational match for that magnet, latches onto it, right? And it's almost like a Monopoly game where you're moving from square to square to square to square. Now, the trick is to keep the desire up, but without getting upset or getting nervous about when it's going to come. And that's just gratitude. So once you finish saying that statement, you just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, as much as you need. You say, thank you, God and me. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, universe. Thank you. But more importantly, feel thank you. You're going to say that. You can actually say it first if you want, or you can say it after if you like. But understanding gratitude creates that mental agreement. So in breaking down the statement, once again, by choosing, by directing, by commanding, you're sending in, like I said, a huge wave of energy. Now, when you are definitive, once you sent out the energy of I command, right? All of a sudden, you've got the universe's attention, right? And then when you say to manifest, manifest means to bring into form, to bring into physical form, to bring into form where it can be sensed, right? It can be felt. It can be touched. It can be smelled. It can be, all the five senses and even the sixth sense, the intuition. You can feel it. You know when it's here, right? That allows it to be sensed, right? That's what manifest means. And so, once again, you got the universe's attention, and it says, so what do you want to manifest? What are you choosing to manifest? And you say $25,000 per month, right? And you say $25,000 per month. Now, you've given the universe a definitive number. And so this is the most important thing to understand. Whether it's 25 cents or $25,000 monthly, it makes no difference. The only difference that can ever come into play is if you are mentally not in conscious agreement with being able to have that money. And I'm going to show you an exercise that can show you whether or not your energy is in conscious agreement with having it. And it's the simplest exercise. It's called intuitive direction. And basically, you take a pen and a piece of paper. On one side, left side of the paper, you write yes in a big circle. And you'll do this in the middle of the page. On the other side of the page, you write no in a big circle. And you start your pen at the top. Now, what you're going to do is just let your pen flow with the energy. So you'll ask a question. Ask a question you already know the answer to. Really prime the energy to test it and to see. And you'll say, Spirit, it almost kind of works like a pendulum. And this is really cool because you don't need a pendulum when you have a piece of pen and a paper, right? So you just take the pen and you ask the question, Spirit, is this such and such and such and so? And either the pen's going to take the energy to go no, or the pen's going to take the energy to go yes. And you can ask yourself, am I ready for $25,000 a month? Is my energy, is my vibrational compatible with making $25,000 a month? And then it'll go yes or it'll go no. If it goes no, then that means that you have to find a number, a cash number that you are more in congruence with. And then once you find that, obviously the energy will be yes, right? But once you have that, then all of a sudden, you from there have basically given the universe, you've made your orders like going to a restaurant. You've made your order. And the whole time you're feeling this. You're feeling that this is already done because here's the thing. God, the universe, the all that is, never says no. It never says no unless something is going to harm you. It may take some time for you to get this thing, but it never says no. It always answers immediately too. So look at the subtle movements, the subtle changes, the subtle thoughts you may get. You may receive a thought that says, start on this product, put this product on your website, or, call this person. It's always like small hunches, so you have to be open to that the moment you set the intention, right? So after you say $25,000 a month and you say now, because the universe only knows now, right? And say now very definitively, because that means that it's not tomorrow, it's not next week, it's not, it'll happen now, and now will be the perfect divine timing. And then from there, the reason you say under grace in a perfect way or in a comforting, easeful, loving, joyful way that is in my highest good is because when you do that, you free yourself from being able to have to manifest this money by somebody dying or somebody getting hurt or somebody being harmed. Because once again, the universe is programmed to just basically, it's like a huge Xerox machine. It's going to give you what you want. And if it sees that there is a way that it can get it to you that is, it always takes a path of least resistance, it's going to bring that. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to cause havoc, but there's a potential that it could, depending on your state of being and your state of emotions. So you don't want to take that chance. That's why you say under grace in a perfect way of nothing else, right? And then right after that, you say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You experience gratitude because gratitude seals the deal. It seals the deal, okay? And when you look at that statement, everything you just said, you've sent out the energy to the universe, you've given it a specific order, you've thanked it, you've made sure that it's coming down a path, down a channel that is easy and effortless and happening now, and now is all there is. And you have set yourself up to manifest this money. And like I said, in the title, I put huge money manifestations, but it's only huge according to us. When it comes to the divine, everything's the same size. Like the divine, it doesn't know it knows the difference, but it doesn't surround the difference like human beings would, right? You give somebody a quarter, some people won't even take it, right? They say, this is coins, whatever it is. As opposed to you give somebody a check for $25,000, like, oh my God, give it to me, I want it. So human beings do that, but the source doesn't. The universe doesn't. The universe treats it all the exact same way. So that's why we have to be sure that we're clear on what it is that we are desiring to manifest. Okay, so this can seem time consuming, but I'm telling you, when you do the work in this regard, Neville Goddard calls it paying the price. When you do the work in this regard, what happens is you get the reward later on, right? You get the reward later on, and then getting into the idea. So once you've done this, all you have to do is just let go. Right? And in all honesty, I think holding the desire for it anytime throughout the day that you feel, right? Figure out where your energy is. Figure out if your energy is still compatible enough to be able to manifest the truth of what you want. And if it's not, dive back into that desire, because it's that desire that's going to create the energy for that manifestation, right? And so one of the last but most important aspects to be mindful of, to remember in this cause, is throw every bit of judgment out the window. Okay? Throw every bit of judgment out the window. Too many times in my own life, I have missed the opportunity to make a whole lot of money because I've judged the channel that it wanted to come through, because I had false beliefs and false hangups on what something should be and what something should feel like. And the whole time I missed the blessing. I missed it. I missed the opportunity because I was too caught up in what I had been taught and what I had felt at the time. Now, another most important thing to pray about, to really state to the universe, is that you want all blockages, all emotional hangups, all limiting beliefs to be cleared, right? To open you to receiving this intention that you just set. And so once you do that, once you set the intention to clear out all the junk, guess what? The path, the channel is wide open, and you just have to be open to it. And it's crazy how it happens, because the universe can make this unfold in an absolutely immeasurable amount of ways, and almost, actually, I'm just going to say every time. Every single time it manifests in a way that we didn't expect, which proves that the universe can see everything from a multitude of perspectives. And it's just like, dang, how did that work? Well, because it's ingenious in its own process to ensure that it's dotting every I, crossing every T, and bringing you exactly what you desire. And that's its job, right? To bring you that desire, to help you to live more of yourself, to help you to live a happier life, to help you to self-actualize more of who you are as a soul, right? So in knowing that, it's easy to just relax into the idea that everything you ask for, if you can come into agreement with it, if you can consciously grab it on the inside, right? Have a mental hold on it. And for me, that's as simply as saying, this is mine. This is mine right now. This is mine. Subconscious mind, I command you to accept that this $25,000 a month is mine right now. And guess what? Those words, those power words, command, expect, direct, order, whatever the other ones are. You can find a bunch of them. That order is given to the subconscious mind. It takes it. And it just makes it so much easier at that point, because you've got that infinite intelligence working for you. So to wrap it up here, what we want to be sure of as far as the energy goes, there's a couple things here. Gratitude, specificity, and patience. Okay? Gratitude, specificity, and patience are the three top things you want to include in every money manifestation. Gratitude, because gratitude grasps and accepts the fact that you already have it. Specificity, because if you don't tell the universe what you want specifically, it will bring you anything. It'll bring you what somebody else wants, right? And then patience, to just wait for it. You know, life moves in cycles, and sometimes, you know, it's not the cycle for something big to manifest. But if you wait a few months, you know, or 6 months or something like that, like, you could really make out better. You could wind up making $50,000 a month, because the universe said, okay, you grew so much, let me give you something greater in this regard. And so it's important to understand and to realize the capacity for spirit in the universe to give to us when we make it a point to definitively ask for what it is that we desire when it comes to money. And I'm telling you, it works, it works, it works, it works. Try it out, give it a shot. It is something truly magnificent for everyone to see and everyone to experience. So with that being said, if you have any questions, please, by all means, shoot me an email or contact me once again on that Facebook page, which is The Money Cure, creating a consciousness of unlimited abundance and money. Feel free to contact me there. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to do anything. And once again, also, like you said, if you're benefiting and you feel the energy of love, you feel like you're better than where you started, feel free to donate, right? But donate only through love. Once again, PayPal SHAUNG04 @gmail.com. Venmo, Your Spirit, Your Money. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, only through love, because that expands in your life as well as my life and the life of this cause. And it's just really a beautiful thing. And that's one of my biggest goals, is helping the world to learn how to give through love, because then everybody's satisfied at that point. Everybody's grateful. Everybody's upbeat. Everybody's excited that they're investing in each other's lives, and money becomes, it is this beautiful, loving thing that is just love in action and love in expression. Guys, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. It has been a pleasure. Take care. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.